somewhere along a heavily fortified military border. Right now, at this very moment, there is no soldier standing guard, no human being watching the fence, no boots on the ground, no heartbeat in the darkness. Instead, there is a machine. A six-wheeled, heavily armed, artificially intelligent machine that never blinks, never sleeps, never feels fear, and never hesitates. It can spot a human being from over a kilometer away in complete darkness, track their every movement with thermal precision, and engage them remotely without a single soldier ever stepping into danger. It charges itself when its battery runs low. It destroys itself if captured. It patrols, it watches, it decides, and the world is only beginning to understand what that truly means. This is the Jaguar robot, and today we are going to explore the 7 reasons why this machine is not just impressive, it is absolutely, genuinely terrifying. For most of human history, the defense of a nation's borders has been a deeply human endeavor. Soldiers standing watch through freezing nights, risking their lives in silence, carrying the full psychological weight of protecting millions of people they will never meet. That ancient tradition, thousands of years old, is now being quietly and permanently dismantled by a single machine developed inside the cutting-edge laboratories of a leading aerospace and defense engineering company. The Jaguar Unmanned Ground Vehicle was not designed as a distant future concept or a prototype destined for a museum showcase. It was engineered from the ground up for immediate, real-world deployment along one of the most volatile, dangerous, and strategically critical border zones on the entire surface of the planet, where every second of inattention can cost human lives. To truly understand why the Jaguar is so historically significant, you need to first understand what it actually is, because calling it simply a robot fails entirely to capture the extraordinary depth of engineering intelligence that lives inside its rugged chassis. The Jaguar is a semi-autonomous, 6-wheeled unmanned ground vehicle built on an all-terrain platform specifically designed to operate in the harsh, unpredictable, and unforgiving environment of a live conflict zone. It carries dozens of advanced sensors feeding it a continuous stream of real-time environmental data. High-resolution cameras capable of capturing detailed imagery in both broad daylight and complete darkness. Powerful headlights engineered for nighttime operations, long-range communication transmitters, and a remote-controlled public address system, all packed into a single, highly mobile, weapons-capable platform unlike almost anything previously conceived, engineered, or deployed by any military force anywhere in the modern world. The first reason the Jaguar is genuinely terrifying is its extraordinary sensory capability. Specifically, its remarkable ability to detect human presence at distances that fundamentally and permanently change the nature of modern border security. The thermal imaging systems integrated into the robot's remote weapon station enable it to detect a human being from up to 1.2 kilometers away in broad daylight, and astonishingly up to 800 meters away in complete and total darkness using advanced thermal sight technology. To put that distance into clear perspective, 1.2 kilometers is more than 12 football fields placed end-to-end in a straight line. Long before any intruder could see the robot, hear its movement, or even begin to suspect its nearby presence, the Jaguar has already locked onto them, classified their movement as a potential threat, and transmitted that critical intelligence back to its remote human operators waiting safely behind reinforced screens. The second terrifying reason is the Jaguar's weapons system, not merely the unsettling fact that it carries a weapon, but the deeply alarming and specific manner in which that weapon operates under real combat conditions. The robot is equipped with a powerful 7.62mm machine gun mounted on an advanced remote weapon station, and what makes this particularly alarming is that the entire weapon system can be precisely aimed and fired with full accuracy while the vehicle is actively moving across rough, uneven terrain. Most conventional weapon platforms require a completely stationary position to fire with any meaningful accuracy. The Jaguar eliminates that long-standing limitation entirely. A remote operator sitting safely behind a screen, potentially kilometers away from any danger, can drive the robot toward a target, continuously track it through live camera feeds, and engage it with lethal, decisive force without the system ever needing to pause or stop. What truly elevates the Jaguar far beyond a simple remote-controlled vehicle is the third terrifying reason: its semi-autonomous navigation system, which grants the machine a level of independent decision-making capability that deeply and uncomfortably blurs the line between a tool and an agent. The Jaguar can be assigned a destination and will navigate itself there entirely without any human steering input whatsoever, using its dense array of onboard sensors to continuously analyze the terrain stretching ahead, identify obstacles of every kind, whether a boulder, a ditch, a fence line, or a moving object, and calculate the optimal navigational path around them in real time. This remarkable capability means that a single operator can deploy the robot on an extended patrol route and confidently shift their attention elsewhere, trusting the machine to independently handle all physical navigation demands. The fourth reason is perhaps the most philosophically unsettling of all. The Jaguar operates completely free of every human limitation that has historically defined and constrained military performance on the battlefield. A human soldier standing guard at 3 in the morning after a 16-hour shift is simultaneously fighting exhaustion, managing deep-seated fear, suppressing powerful emotional responses, and battling every biological impulse that commands their body to rest and recover. The Jaguar experiences absolutely none of this. It does not feel fear before a confrontation. It does not hesitate under stress. It does not suffer moral injury after a difficult engagement, does not experience trauma, does not make judgment errors rooted in exhaustion or emotion, and does not require rest, food, sleep, or psychological recovery. It operates at the identical level of sharpness and precision at hour 1 as it does at hour 24. The fifth reason the Jaguar terrifies military analysts and defense strategists around the world is its autonomous self-charging capability, a feature that, when you fully think through its cascading strategic implications, effectively removes one of the very last remaining logistical limitations standing between robotic systems and truly indefinite autonomous operation. The Jaguar is engineered to independently recognize when its power levels are critically low and autonomously navigate itself back to a designated charging station, replenish its energy reserves completely, and then return directly to its assigned patrol route, all entirely without any human intervention or assistance at any stage of the process. This seemingly simple engineering feature carries profound and far-reaching strategic consequences because it means no support team, no rotating personnel schedule, and no complex logistics chain is needed to sustain continuous, uninterrupted, round-the-clock robotic surveillance indefinitely. The sixth reason is chilling in a fundamentally different and deeply revealing way, not because of what the Jaguar can do to an adversary, but because of what it has been coldly and deliberately programmed to do to itself when circumstances demand it. In the event that the robot is cornered, immobilized, or at serious and imminent risk of being captured by hostile forces, the Jaguar is equipped with an onboard self-destruct mechanism that enables it to destroy itself along with all of its sensitive, classified onboard technology before it can fall into enemy hands for analysis or reverse engineering. This single feature reveals something profound about how much advanced, classified military technology has been embedded into this machine. Enough that allowing it to be captured would represent a catastrophic and irreversible intelligence compromise of the highest possible order. The seventh and arguably most terrifying reason is not what the Jaguar is today. It is what the Jaguar represents for the trajectory of warfare tomorrow and every day that follows. Defense analysts and military officials have openly confirmed that future iterations of this system are already deep in development, with planned upgrades including full autonomy that removes the human operator from the decision loop entirely, seamless integration with aerial surveillance drones operating overhead in coordinated formations, and significantly enhanced electronic warfare capabilities designed to blind and neutralize enemy communication systems simultaneously. What exists today as a semi-autonomous, remotely operated system is a carefully constructed foundation, a first chapter in a much longer, far more consequential story about what warfare will look like when machines no longer need human permission to act. Stepping back from the technical specifications and the strategic advantages, the Jaguar forces every thoughtful person to confront a question that humanity has never had to seriously answer before. At what point does removing human beings from the act of warfare stop being a protective measure and start being something far more dangerous and uncontrollable? When machines patrol borders, engage threats, navigate conflict zones, and make split-second operational decisions without ever feeling the weight of those decisions, something fundamental about the human cost of war disappears entirely, and history has shown repeatedly that when the cost of conflict becomes invisible, the threshold for starting it drops dramatically. The Jaguar is an engineering marvel, an undeniable leap forward in military technology, and simultaneously one of the most important ethical questions of our entire generation. If this video made you think differently about the future of warfare, about the role of machines in conflict, and about where this technology is ultimately leading humanity, then hit that like button right now, because this kind of deep, educational content takes serious research and real effort to produce. Subscribe to this channel so you never miss the next video, because we cover the most important, most consequential, and most fascinating developments in military technology, artificial intelligence, and the future of global security in a way that no one else does. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think robotic soldiers make the world safer? Or do they make war dangerously too easy to start? We read every single comment. Share this video with someone who needs to see it.